Hey there. So before I get to the Maverick reveal, I just want to show you some of the tools I used. I didn't record this entire process. It's hours and hours of sanding. That's the biggest thing in bodywork. And it's how you do it really that measures up whether it's going to be a straight job or whether it's going to be one of these deals. And you don't want this deal. So we'll talk about that in a second. But let me just show you the tools I used to get where I am. So there's my DeWalt. It's a plug-in. It's a DA's dual action sander. This can of body filler and hardener, which is almost empty, and this spreader. This tube of USG glazing putty. This piece of sheet metal, which was twice the size that it is now. This set of snips. This Eastwood MIG, which they're not sponsors obviously, but this little MIG 135 does a great job for auto body work. This set of metal hammers. This box of assorted sandpaper, which my wife picked up at a yard sale like 10 years ago. I also use this cheese grater to kind of shape things down before I start sanding. And these are my sanding blocks. This is actually packing foam that I cut down to the size I want. I find that's the best thing to do with sanding, is using something that's firm but flexible. And of course I use the Adelphi headlamp. I'm gonna put a link in the description. This thing is great. I was trying to get on bumper bolts and let me just shut this thing off. Trying to get on bumper bolts and you can't see. I was working inside the inner fender wells. Just put this thing on. Saw everything I needed to see. Did a great job. Really like this product. So I'm going to put a link in the description. If you like one of these things, I think they go for right around $30. You can get 10% off if you use the link down below. Nice product. 3 spray bombs of sandable primer, which they're all gone. I have a little bit of this left, which is just Rust-Oleum flat. I used 3 cans of this and 3 cans of clear and 2 cans of aluminum paint for the bumpers. So without further ado, here's the refreshed, somewhat elevated, not perfect, mind you. I wasn't trying to restore this thing, just make it better. 77 Maverick. So there was hours and hours and hours of sanding, and most of it was hand sanding. That's what worked out best for me. I have a DA. When you go to block something, if you want something to be smooth, you need to block it. And the blocking is what took so much time. And on both sides. Actually, this side was a lot worse down the side. This section here, from here down, was just putty. Now it's steel. And that was cut and welded in, butt welded, lap welded. The same way with the quarter panel, a lot of that was putty. So that was cut out and I hand fabricated a piece to go there. Didn't have to do a whole lot back here. This side here, this whole section from here down was gone. So I made a piece of steel and jammed her in there. So there you have it. It's the new improved Maverick. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. The car needs a little bit of help. It needed help before I started this thing. I didn't video any of my bodywork. Why? Because this, after 70, 80 hours, gets old. It's a lot of sanding. A little bit of welding took place here. It's pretty straight now. I'm a big fan of the blacked out tail panel. I think that looks really good. I like the look of the 77 Grabber, even though it never existed. I think that the body lines still are there, so I could use them. I added this vinyl here along the sill. I think that looks good as well. It kind of matches the whole motif of what's going on. I need to do a little bit of work on this hood stripe over here. It's not quite right. I used cut tape on that, and cut tape was something I never heard of before. I would give a shout out to my buddy Tim, the sticker guy. If you ever need decals, look up Tim, the sticker guy. You'll find him. But he talked to me about cut tape, and he said, look, I know what you want to do. Just use cut tape. You lay it out, pull on the string, it cuts the tape for you, and you're good to go. So that's, I got to thank Tim for that. That was a big help on this thing. Also, this front bumper, it needs to go back a little bit. Ford extended these things out way too far. It's almost, looks like it doesn't belong. It's kind of hanging out in space. So I'm going to re-drill the bumper isolators and just move the bolt holes forward a little bit so I can pull the bumper back into the car a little bit. I've got room here on the side for the side marker lights. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this thing turned out. Hey, thanks for watching. Till next time, we'll see you. Hold on one second here. Let's not forget where we came from. This quarter is all filler and no steel, and my finger's not supposed to go into the trunk. This is just way too plain in this section. I know there's supposed to be a seam right there. The lower part of the doors are not made to wave at those who pass by. Why is that bumper frowning so much?